Okay, we're talking about Saturday, October 23rd, 2025, was the date that we'll probably both remember for quite some time. And I'd like to share, with everyone why it was such a significant date. But first of all, I want to say, when I told you, well, first of all, I want everybody to know that if they look at some of the past videos, and my job is to help you with personal branding.
Yes.
Organic introductions.
Yes.
Right, through self-growth events, valuable events. And along the way, if you meet a young man whose values align with yours, you're going to marry him.
You put that so well. So yes, thank you. Thank you for that synopsis.
Pretty much how it works.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what were you thinking when I told you we were going to go to this Soulful Elevation meeting? And of course, we had to find parking. It was in Venice.
Yeah.
You dropped us off. You found parking. You walked back. We saw a poster outside. What was your immediate impression of the venue before meeting anybody, before even knowing what was going on the inside? Just going through the glass doors, what were your thoughts, if any?
I didn't really have too many thoughts. I think I was, I had a little bit of a rushed energy because I know I had dropped you guys off and I was trying to find parking and get there as quickly as possible. So I wasn't necessarily processing everything going on around me. I was just very focused on rejoining you and Susan.
We went in on the ground floor.
Yeah.
There was a cute lady wearing kind of a green, kind of traditional Indian type dress of some sort.
Yes.
And, we picked up on each other's energy. And she just said, are you guys here for the gathering? And I said, yes. And she said, it's upstairs. And then I said, yeah. And I had mentioned something about what I did, I believe, because something prompted her to say to me, I'd like to see you or talk with you more after the meeting. I don't remember exactly what it was I said. Do you recall?
No, I don't. I was having a hard time hearing.
Okay. It was something to the effect about, I think about the TV show or something that I was working on, because she did state, I definitely want to talk with you later. I'll make sure you see me before you leave.
Okay.
And I recognized her as the girl on the poster. And I said, okay, I guess she's the one that's organizing this. Let's just get upstairs. And when we went upstairs, so now as we walked inside, you saw there were some pretty girls.
Yes.
That were doing something with incense.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was interesting that they were saging us, and the instructions were to face front ways and then turn around and allow them to sage your backside before entering the space. Okay.
And were all the aromatic senses good? I mean, did everything feel good to the senses as far as the aromas of the incense?
Yeah.
Smells of the incense? Okay. I felt good. I thought it was refreshing. And they said it was, to check clean energy. So evidently you have clean energy.
Okay.
Okay. And
That's great.
I have clean energy.
I'm glad for that too.
And so does Susan. And we had it validated by the girls who let us in. Okay. So we go inside. We sit on the couch. Mm-hmm. We really don't even know what's going on.
True.
Did you know?
I had no idea. I mean, keep in mind, that day in August, you explained we're going to go on this field trip at Soul Elevation, and I'm like, okay, I'm game. I'm here for it. And when I came in, I noticed the poster, but I didn't really study the poster. And when we got upstairs and sat down, there were a lot of people mingling about, and I was just trying to take it all in and see. Because I didn't know what the presentation was or anything. So I was just there observing and just kind of waiting to see what was going to happen.
Now, initially, people were coming over and introducing themselves.
Yes.
Now, can you remember the names of anybody that came over and introduced themselves to you?
Arvind,
okay, which we found out later is the owner of a jewelry store.
Yes.
Continue. Shilpa, right, who was the wife of the attorney.
Yes,
and
Cal.
His name was Cal,
yes.
Okay.
So I remember those three introducing themselves.
And what about the guy with the long hair who came over and said hello?
Oh, that was Michael.
Yes, Michael. And then there was the gentleman that gave a rose to Susan.
Yes.
And he said the universe kind of guided him towards Susan and said, this is for you. And he gave her the rose.
Yeah.
And I gave that some interesting thought. So she got a rose, and we were sitting there. And, of course, my back was in pain. I had a little pumpkin ball between my back and the sofa to keep rubbing to try to minimize some of the shoulder pain that, I'm experiencing now, because I believe sleeping wrong or exercising wrong or whatever. So far so good.
Yeah.
Everything's feeling wonderful. Everything's feeling really clean. I'm looking at, the girl downstairs walking back and forth. But I also noticed, in my opinion, a lot of the people there were beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's unusual because normally when we go, it's a mix of people that could look like they could represent anything or everything. But a lot of these people look like the type of people you would see in magazines.
Yeah.
They look like magazine people. Like, what do these people do? All walk out of a magazine?
It was a good looking crowd.
It really was. Not to say that other people who are not eligible for magazine appearances are not good looking. I'm sure they are. But I think we just want to make the point that if you open up a magazine and all of the people came out, like a fashion magazine or a living magazine, housekeeping magazine, all came out and sat in front of you, it looked like this crowd.
They were put together.
I thought so. And so everything was kind of unfolding like a flower, like a beautiful flower. It was unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I believe they began some songs, I think, first, or some chants.
We did have musicians, and they played music and they sang, if I recall correctly. Yeah.
And then, so people were kind of, finding their place, finding where they're going to sit, where they're going to be.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I thought it was unusual to have someone come over to me and say, "Oh, it was nice meeting you. Can I take your pictures so I don't forget who you are?" And I go, "I'm not really comfortable with that. You're going to take my picture so you don't forget who I am, but I still don't have a clue who you are." So I don't mind taking a selfie and then you send me a copy so we both can remember each other.
That's a good strategy.
Not this one-way memory. What is a good strategy?
To offer, instead of you taking a photograph of me, that we take a photograph together and you share it with me.
And that's what I did at today's event. I said to the lady, let me go ahead and take a photo of you. Mm-hmm. We took a selfie. The author wanted to meet her, a children's book author.
Yes.
And so what I'm going to do is, I didn't want to ask her for a number because I thought that would be a little off-putting, but I saw her number on the card. So I'm going to send her the number and say, "Hi, this is Jason. Do you remember me?" And show her a selfie that we took together.
Yeah.
And then go from there, because I'd like to have her on, possibly as a guest on my main television show on an NBC affiliate.
Okay.
And that's why I got to tell people, look, it's not on NBC. It's an NBC affiliate, okay? NBC4 is owned by NBC Universal, and NBC Universal is owned by Comcast. So if I say NBC, people think, "Oh, you're going to be on NBC in LA." No, I never said that. So I just want to make that clear. NBC affiliate. And so I have her in mind as a possible guest. So going back to the Soul Elevation Gathering, everything's going well. Mm-hmm. And we're all in anticipation of this man that they all keep talking about. Do you remember anything they kept saying? They say, "Oh, you want to be in the energy of this guru. This is an amazing man who," and they were dropping his credentials left and right. Can you pick up some of the things that they said about this man that you remember to this day prior to meeting him?
Until they mentioned that a guru would be coming, I didn't understand that there was a guru coming.
And he was on the poster outside.
He was.
Like you said, you didn't look at the poster.
I didn't study the poster. I noticed the poster.
So you're just trusting me and my leadership, I guess.
Yes.
Okay,
I
Jason,
am,
I'm following you. Let's go in here.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
And so they were talking about how admired he is by millions of people. I do remember that they explained that he was the one who foresaw President Obama,
or predicted
President Obama ascending to control the world. And you can interpret that in so many different ways, but he ended up being the president of the United States.
And do you remember the guru's name?
Siguru.
Say that again? Okay. Think of this word in Star Wars, Sith. Guru.
Guru.
Sith Guru.
Sith Guru.
And we'll leave it right there for right now.
Okay.